Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief with the coolest pink cap you can ever find, back in my dining room, which is the location, as you can see, my fridges with all the magnets of the countries I've traveled to. All right. Well, now I'm not traveling too much, sad to say. And change of location, you're no longer in bed with Chief, but you are here on his Wednesday message, most of my video location. All right, so let's do some shout outs. Vasu, Madi Nair, QNET official, Rita, Pawan, Gautam, Anwar Adakulam. All right, Sarwa Munmun. All right, Sarma Munmun, Assalamualaikum. Gaurav, Ganvir, Nikita, J.R. Meyer, my most loyal friend, who for some reason finds time in his busy, hectic day to log on to my Instagram live. Sachin, Varshni. All right, who else? The V official, Lorraine, good morning. Mazen Al Saudi, Assalamualaikum. Ankar Gaush, Salesh, Rak Singh, Tree Dark Horse. Interesting. Dinuk Wasu. Who else do we have? Jogi, Muhammad Firdausi. A lot of hearts. Iran, salam to all of you in Iran. I am Raja. Wanakam to everyone in India, South. Namaste. Milin, how are you? All right, Manoj. Okay, greetings to everyone. Privyet to everyone in Russia, Kazakh and all of Central Asia. Salam to Iran. Assalamualaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. Apa kabar Indonesia? Greetings to India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, UAE. All right, all of GCC countries. Saudi, big shout out. Cote d'Ivoire, bonjour. Ghana, how you guys doing? All right, Tanzania, how you guys doing? Europe, all my brothers and sisters all over the EU. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right, Bharati, Vanakam, how are you? All right, a lot of people seem to be logging on and from all over the world. And I'm telling you, the more I'm convinced that our lives are taken over by technology right now. Namaste, how you doing? All right, Surya, Shafiq, how you doing? Amarnath, Bharat, Narasim Reddy, Yatish. All right, Soldier Son, Richard. All right, what's up? Who else do we have? Richard Rodriguez, how you doing? Ashoka Invictus, Vicky, what's up? All right. It's nice to see some employees of the QI group also online. All right. So that's all my shout outs, guys. Amit from Nagpur. I want to shout out to everyone in Africa, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, the GCC, all right, Afghanistan, Turkey, Kurdistan, guys, okay, Sudan, my first country I ever visited in Africa, Tarila, who else do we have? Bipin, all right, we got some interesting people. Collectioner, yes. Jen Sati, Sat, welcome. My own brother logging on to my Instagram. That's so sweet of the one and only V partner, Sati Senathirajah. Okay, greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome to the most exciting freaking week where QNET, once again, out of the generosity of their hearts, have given us on week 49, all right, the Evolve Bonanza, which means money, money, money is so funny in a rich man's world. Those who don't know that song, you are too freaking young. And those who know the song, welcome to my generation. All right. Well, welcome to Evolve Bonanza, which is happening now. 3 weeks early bird, week 49, 50, 51 early bird, 51, 52, and week 1 of 2021 will be regular. So for the next 3 weeks, 49, 50, 51. Do not sleep. All right. Do not do anything. 49, 50, 51, 51, 52, 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Up to the 8th or 9th of January, I think the promo is on. So to all of you, all right, who are logging on, my promo video will come out Tuesday explaining the mechanics of the promo. All right. But it's moron proof. Go to your virtual office. You can understand the promo. It's a promo that rewards you for direct referrals, rewards you for the growth of your team. It's a balance of leadership behavior and networking behavior. Beautiful promo. Evolve Bonanza has officially started yesterday. All right, day 1 of the Evolve Bonanza. So welcome, guys. And Rank Advancement Week just closed last week, 48. So I know all of you are going like, finish month 11 of rank advancement. Please do not go into your switch off mode, your sighing, slowing down mode. Okay, this is week 1 of month 12 rank advancement. So push harder. All right, guys, every day counts, every check counts, every step counts, every BV counts. Wake up. Smell the coffee. You don't need a break. You take a break when you're financially free, guys. That's our agreement. All right. I've been doing this for 22 years with Dato Sri Vijay Japa, our great founders. And I remember Dato Sri's exact words. If you love what you do, you never need a break. You never need to switch off. And I completely believe in it. 100% from the bottom of my heart. I just spent a couple of hours with the great one, Dato Sri Vijay, discussing his very exclusive event, Zone Connect, which is happening 6, 7, 8 December. It's by invitation only. So if you're not part of it, I'm sorry. You got to achieve more. You got to grow into a stronger leader. And then you get to be invited to this unbelievable exclusive platform called the Zone, which means being in Dato Sri Vijay's zone directly, and where you evolve and grow into a better, more powerful leader, guys. Okay, so keep track of your growth, keep counseling your uplines and asking them when will they allow you to be invited to Zone. All right, this is all up to your achievement, guys. Okay, now this week, what's the background noise? It's my pets. I have a lot of Australian budgies, which is a very rare birds, and they have multiplied. They have a fantastic family, and they haven't gone to sleep. They only usually go to sleep. Quiet! Not working. All right. So I hope it's not interrupting, and you can still hear my voice. Okay. My house is a zoo. I promised you one day I would take you around, show you. I love pets. I have 3 doggies. The rumor of the kitten on my Instagram is not mine. It was sent by one of my downlines, a picture of the kitten watching my Wednesday message. I have a lot of fish. I've got a lot of things in my house. My house is a zoo. I love pets. All right. There's nothing more beautiful, unconditional than an animal's love for you guys. All right. So this week on my Instagram, I want to talk about something very important. I don't know whether I addressed it long time ago. But recently this week, talking to a lot of people, I realized that many people take something for granted. I hope the noise is not too bad. I'm going to try to close the door where the sound is coming from and try to keep it a bit quiet. Okay, that was the sound of my door shutting. Is it quieter now? Yeah, it sounds quieter. Okay, and I was thinking what to speak today on Instagram. And I realized, all right, that our whole business, and I spoke about this some time ago, that our lives, our business in QNET, your journey to max out, is predominantly dependent on people. And people are connected to each other, all right, on a philosophy of relationships. That's your connection. You are connected to thousands of people, hundreds of people. In networking, I would say thousands, all right, through this thing called relationships. Some relationships are stronger, some are weaker. All right. So if you truly understand the role of a networker in the business, an entrepreneur in network marketing, or anyone watching my Instagram, I hear a lot of people log on and watch my Instagram, even from other companies sometimes. I don't know why. All right. But I'm here just to share, so anyone can benefit from it. There are a lot of kids and teens watching also. All right. And I realize that the fundamental aspect of any relationship is communication, talking. All right, not exactly talking, because anyone can talk. I'm talking right now. But communication is a fundamental aspect of a relationship, all your relationships. All right, and this is where a lot of people feel that they don't need to learn, they don't need to improve their style, their method, and to measure their effectiveness of communicating. Now, the mistake we make, and Dato Sri used to hammer me a lot in the early days, is that we are networkers, so we talk. A lot of people like to talk, all right? And we talk under the assumption that we are communicating. But technically, you're not. You're just talking. Communication means that the intention of your conversation, the intent of your message reaches the other person and is accepted by the other person eventually after some discourse, and you get your message across. That's communication. Putting things out there doesn't mean it's communication. Speaking and speaking and speaking, all right? Because the other person could be sitting down and just doing this. Yes, okay, fantastic, thank you. And in their mind, they're thinking, what should I have for dinner? All right, oh my God, I haven't fed the fish. I have to go home. What's my plans tomorrow? And you are talking. And the mistake we make is that we feel that we are communicating, and then you feel good after a 1 hour conversation with somebody, all right? And then you come back and you tell your upline, I spoke to my downlines, fantastic, I achieved my goal. And your downline doesn't change, you get upset because you thought you communicated your message. No. You put it out there. Whether it reach the intended audience, it's $1 million question. And this communication is not social media. Social media is posting a picture. But if you really understand, social media is not measured by how many pictures you put, but how many people engage, comment on the picture, on your post, on your video. All right, this is fundamentally communication. Putting it out there doesn't mean anything. You understand? And here is where I realize that a lot of people don't understand what communication is. So today, I want to touch a little bit. And again, guys, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not trying to be a mentor, a coach. I'm just sharing what I've learned in my journey from my teachers, my gurus throughout my journey of life, especially Dato Sri Vijay, my mentor, all right? And I'm just trying to put it in my own words, okay, in chief style, so you morons all around the world understand it, okay? And maybe apply it or implement it in your own way, okay? The first thing about communication, which a lot of people fail to understand, they think they can kick off a conversation immediately. All right? That means you come into a conversation with an agenda. All right? I know you guys, especially networkers, you know. Okay, guys, sit down, listen, shut up. All right, this is what we should do this week, blah, 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 blah. Done. See you next week. Boom. It's going to go over their head. It's going to go here and come out here. Now, the first rule, no matter who you are speaking to, whether it's your closest husband, wife, parents, kids, brother, sister, closest downlines, all right, or best friends, okay, do not jump into your agenda, okay, because always remember, it is not only your agenda that matters. When you are having a conversation, when you are trying to communicate with somebody, the key is to understand what is that person's agenda, and whether your agenda is actually going to be effectively communicated to them, whether they're going to accept it. Because an agenda is to achieve a goal, not just to write it on a piece of paper and give it to them. So if your only goal is to shout out your agenda, then you don't need to meet people. You understand? You can write letters, write WhatsApp, send to people. But the purpose of communication, the first rule that no matter who you're communicating with, even your closest person, take the time, all right, to re-establish trespass every time. Okay? And again, I'm referring to the important communications. I'm not referring to let's go and have lunch. You understand? Then you don't have to say, by the way, I'm here for you and let's talk about it. This is our journey together. What do you want to have for lunch? Don't be a moron, okay? Don't complicate your daily operational discussions. But when you want to have an effective communication, all right, and you really need your point to reach the other person, make sure, all right, where before you start vomiting your agenda, before you start pushing your agenda, all right, establish trespass. Establish trespass. All right, reaffirm your intent, reaffirm your love, your loyalty, your relationship, all right, with that person. Because no matter who you're talking to, all right, relationships can drift apart in seconds, in minutes. So don't take the closest relationships for granted without establishing or re-establishing at least a little bit of trespass. Right? This is fundamentally important. And today I was having a meeting with Dato Sri Vijay with a few good friends. And these are very close friends of Dato Sri Vijay. Alright? But he still spent 15-20 minutes, and I love how he does it. Alright? Of establishing trespass, affirming the friendship, the love, the loyalty that he has towards them. Okay? And it's amazing, guys. Alright? To watch the master at work. Okay? So always re-establish trespass. Never take that for granted. Alright? Love you guys so much. Thank you. Alright? And you're welcome for the bonanza. You can thank, QNET. Mr. J.R. Meyer is here. Alright? Thank Dato Sri Japa because it was theirs. Okay? And I realize that trespass is always missed out when we're doing a conversation. You understand? Okay? So that's number one. Re-establish trespass consistently when you want to communicate something important. Number one. Alright? Number two, recognize the fact that no matter how close you are with somebody, no matter how much you are talking every day, holding hands, singing Kumbaya, there is always a conflict. Alright? There is always an opinion in the other person of you that is slightly making that person unhappy, or there's an issue. Every relationship, there are issues, guys. Alright? And the mistake you make, or we make, and I make this mistake all the time, okay, is that you know there is an issue. The funny thing about human nature, you know when you hurt somebody's feelings. You know when you're being a moron. Alright? You know when you're taking somebody for granted, or you are too aggressive, or you hurt that person's feelings. You know this. Alright? So after a few weeks of dealing with somebody, communicating with somebody, working with somebody, I guarantee you, alright, there will be issues that have built up in the other person's mind about this relationship that you have with him or her. And these issues are not big. It's not like, oh, I'm going to leave you and I'm going to leave QNET. No, it is not the big issues. Those big issues will come out naturally. But the small issues exist. So before you communicate your agenda, your intent, your message, you establish trespass and then address the issue. Now you might be thinking, but Chief, I don't have any issues with anyone. Bull sugar. of the first degree. You know exactly what people think of you. All right, there is enough feedback mechanism from common friends, all right, and all of this that will come back to you. You can see from their body language, from their tone, from their responses on WhatsApp, all right. You can read their social media posts where they write, "Today I understood that not all friends are sincere." You understand? And then it always comes back. You got to evaluate. You got to put your finger on the pulse. You got to understand the other person. All right, it's more important, as Dato Sri says, to understand than to be understood. And if you are the upline, you are the bigger personality in the relationship for whatever reason, family hierarchy, networking hierarchy, then it requires you to address that issue and address it openly. All right, blah, 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 we finish talking everything, and then you must say, "Hey, by the way, last week when we spoke, I don't know why, but I have this heavy feeling in my heart that I may have said something that upset you." All right, and the past few days I've been talking to you on WhatsApp and I can send something. You know what they'll answer? No, nothing. Everything is cool, bro. Sister, I love you. You're my upline. I'll die for you. Anyhow, all right, I would apologize. No, forget about it. I know I upsetted you. I know I crossed the line a little bit that day. And I just want to say I'm sorry and I love you. All right. Now, without that person bringing up the issue, you should have enough sensitivity to know when you hurt somebody. And if you lack that sensitivity, then you are a moron. And you're going to struggle reaching max out. All right. I've seen how Dato Sri will address issues, and I'll be confused looking around. What issue? I never even knew about it. But he knew. He knew there was an unresolved feeling or issue in the other person. And this requires you to be sensitive. And to all the husbands and wives, you know what I'm talking about. You know the fake smiles and the fake "I love you." You understand? But there's an issue, and then it will one day explode in a mega confrontation. And I realize this applies to all your relationships. Kazakhstan, Privyat, I love you guys. All right? And I understand this is a major thing. But if you are not sensitive enough, so right now watching this Instagram, I want you to consciously think of all the important relationships in your life and the fact that you know that every relationship there is an issue. And that issue has been lingering for a long time, and this issue is going to grow and grow and grow and become a monster and one day explode. All right, so you have to keep your finger on the pulse. All right, you got to be sensitive, okay, to understand what you may have done, and it's okay to apologize even if there's really no issue. What's wrong? Now, don't go around every day, okay? "I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, huh? I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Hey, yesterday I spoke to you, I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. No, an apology must be sincere, and it must be about something important. Do you understand? And I've observed this, all right, from a lot of people, that you lack the sensitivity to understand the people you deal with, how they feel, and no two people are the same. So remember, trespass, number one. All right, number two, okay, it's more important to understand them than for you to be understood, because that's your agenda. And to apologize or address issues that you may think exist, but address it cool. You understand? Because it must be spoken about. Because if you don't talk about this issue, it's going to linger. All right? Number three, recognize the fact that after you are started communicating your agenda, all right, don't become a bullet train. You know what a bullet train is? All right, by the way, I want this, I want you to do this, next week you're going to do this. You are arrogant, your cup is full, you got to empty it, and then you got to listen to me, not doing presentation, you're moron, you're not going to max out, right? Listen, shut up, listen and do, I'm your upline, I know what I'm talking about, blah, blah, blah. Don't be a bullet train. All right, chill. Okay, you need to pause. Constantly take a break from your agenda. All right, now don't take a 1 hour break, by the way. Okay, we continue tomorrow. You understand? All right? You go and you stop. And when you stop, all right, okay, you ask them, now, what do you think about this? Now, it's important to seek their question. It is important to seek their opinion. Regardless, you are the upline, you are the boss, whatever. Doesn't matter. End of the day, you can't. Network marketing is not like a job where you are the boss. You are not the boss. You are an upline. That person can tell you fly a kite and work on their own, or bypass you and work with their uplines. So seeking their opinion at multiple points when you are pushing forward your agenda, highlighting their weaknesses and pushing them for a certain result or activity, you got to pause and listen back. Now, if they are the type of person who likes to talk a lot like you, then this conversation will be 5 hours. So don't be reluctant to stop them. I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Can you just tell me exactly the point, bro? So I will get it. You understand? So don't allow, I'm not telling you to shut up there and let the guy talk for 3 hours and your agenda is out the window. His or her agenda becomes more important and you walk away thinking, what happened? I was supposed to go and tell them to raise the bar higher and they told me I'm a useless moron and I have to go back and do self-introspection. Do you understand? Alright? And this is where you need the skill. So when I communicate important things to somebody, I always pause and ask them what I think. All right, this is fundamentally important. All right, don't just go like a bullet train. Be like one of those olden trains. Stop at every station, get down, buy some popcorn. I don't know, are there popcorn in train station? Or buy a wade or sandwich or something like that. Okay, and then they feel empowered. They don't feel like you're behaving like the boss. They feel that you are communicating an idea which is going to benefit them and they get to share what they feel about the idea. This is important, right? This is engagement. This is communication. This is not vomiting everything on them and then going home. And they don't even remember what you said. And you lost your whole agenda to begin with. All right? This is fundamentally very, very important. All right? To take a break and seek feedback. To take a break and seek feedback. All right. Now, the next point I learned, especially from Dato Sri Vijay, he's a master of this. Most of the people you're trying to communicate to them, you're trying to highlight some areas where they're lacking. All right. I love you guys in Ghana. All right. Okay. I love you guys all over the world. Okay. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Love you guys. All right. And sometimes you're trying to communicate with a person whose cup is full. And you know this. The guy is sitting there, body posture, Bolo, tell me, what's up? You understand? And you already lost. It'll be moronic for you to even continue wasting your energy on your agenda because that person has a wall. Alright? So I've watched Dato Sri Vijay when he wants to tell me something, but he knows I'm too stubborn and stupid and full cup to accept an idea or a lesson that is very applicable to me. He will turn around and talk to J.R. Meyer. Now, J.R. doesn't know what on earth is going on. He just came to give me emotional support when you're getting a lesson or hammering from Dato Sri Vijay. And he will say, J.R., you know, this is a major weakness in you I've observed. And I suddenly feel like, yes, J.R. Yes, Dato Sri, I agree. J.R. Meyer has this weakness. And then he starts to convey this lesson to J.R. Meyer, even seek my opinion to add the lesson to J.R. Meyer. But at the end of that conversation, communication, I learn that it's also my weakness that I need to change. So sometimes when you want to communicate something heavy, something strong, something confrontational, and that person is not an empty cup, your trespass is weak, you need to redirect it to somebody else with that person present, and hopefully through osmosis, all right, that lesson will reach that person. And I watched Dato Sri do this like a magician, guys, like a grandmaster. And it's something I use a lot. You understand? And that's what you need to learn how to do. All right? If you have a trouble communicating with somebody because they're full cup, and there are a lot of people who are full cups, guys. Because the challenge of the full cup people is they think they know everything. And you know what I'm talking about. You're one of them. All right? And it's sometimes hard to break through and establish trespass and empty their cup. So you go through the third party approach, okay, which is highly effective. And the final point, all right, which I want to share today on communication, is that you should not try constantly, all right, to become a mentor, guru, you know. Everyone thinks just because they're upline or a parent, all right, or an older brother or sister, that they are wiser and they feel a need to lecture. Communication is not lecturing. Communication is not to make that person feel smaller, weaker, more insignificant, like a loser. That's not the intent of communication. Your purpose of communication is to inspire that person end of the day. So even if you point out weaknesses and you are hammering the person because they are not switched on, at the end of your conversation or communication, you need to also learn to uplift that person, re-inspire that person. Alright? Because you don't want a guy to think, oh, he said I'm a loser, useless, inactive, don't know how to do presentation, not a dreamer, not a warrior. I should quit the business and give up. That's not the then you're stupid if you do that. So a lot of uplines feel that they are bigger. You're not. We're all the same, guys. I'm your brother. Because of me joining QNET in 1998, doesn't mean, you know, I am smarter, all right, or better. I just have more experience. And my goal is to try to help you rise even higher. That must always be the goal. So in a communication or conversation, your intent ultimately must be to uplift. You can say everything, but you must always close with positivity, with recognizing their strengths and affirming to them that you are there for them and they feel uplifted. Alright, so every time you want to communicate something important to your network, to your family, to your kids, to your husband, wife, the ending of it cannot be depressing, cannot be negative. You must find a way. You have communicated your agenda, your intent, and now uplift. Because everyone has strengths. Everyone needs to feel your care and love. Ultimately, that's what a relationship is about. Alright, and only with that care and love and trespass will they come back to you and give you that permission to push them towards the ultimate goal of max out, guys. Manish, how are you? Ibrahim Raiwek, AVP, my brother, love you, bro. Alright, and that's what I wanted to communicate to you guys. Communication is important because ultimately your life is about relationships. And the effectiveness of relationships is completely dependent on how effective you are at communication. Alright, so I hope this Instagram live helped you a little bit. So start calling up people, start meeting people, and communicate effectively. Communicate not only for the purpose of your agenda, but making sure it reaches them. There's no use speaking if the other person doesn't accept and doesn't apply what you share and grow. You understand? Then you're just like a post on social media. Doesn't mean anything if it doesn't benefit the world. Alright? I love you guys so much. Welcome to week 49. Bonanza time. Alright? Make sure you qualify. And I'll see you on my Wednesday message. Love you guys.